Hey, Liverpool One Church Life Groups, what an amazing and exciting time it is to be a part of Liverpool One Church right now. We've got Braveheart Conference coming next Sunday, and man, we don't want you to miss out on that. But hey, date for your diaries, Sunday the 25th of May, Pastor Rick Bazette. Seriously, you don't want to not be in the room for that. You gotta be here. So think now who you can invite from your world to come and be a part of your church family on the 25th. But hey, this Sunday, we've been completing our series called Finding Calm. We've been speaking about making decisions and making choices because if you're anything like me, chances are high that the times and seasons in your life where you feel like you're losing your peace and you're losing your calm are when you're trying to figure out what the options are that you should do or take in some area of your life. It's when that maybe there's a significant life choice to be made. And I don't mean getting out of bed or like, are you going to go to the gym today or what you're going to have to breakfast? I mean like the questions that are about, should I take this job or should I stay in the firm and believe for promotion? Should we try this school for our son or that school? Should we move to this area? Should we even stay in our house and do the extension? And there's so many big questions in life that can feel a little bit stressy. But what we've learned from the life of Abram, before he was renamed by God, Abraham, in Genesis 13, from this conversation that takes place between Abram and Lot, who was his nephew, they realized that the land wasn't big enough to support them both anymore. And what was happening was they were all starting to fight. There was tension, there was arguments, there was disagreements, until Abraham literally says, enough is enough. We've got to figure out a way to fix this problem. So Abraham, having already had the intimation from God that he was going to give him some incredible land, Abraham then turns around to Lot, and in chapters 13, verses 9 through 14, Abraham says to Lot something so significant. He says, Lot, do you want to go left and I'll go right? Or do you want to go right and I'll go left? And it's in that decision-making process that Abraham went about on in Genesis 13 that I wanted us to learn from in church on Sunday. Because when Abraham was saying, Lot, do you want to go left and I'll go right? Or do you want to go right and I'll go left? He was saying and voicing to us about his disposition with God. He was saying that I believe it doesn't matter which way I go. I believe that the Lord's going to bless me. Lot, if you want to go left, I'll go right because it doesn't matter to me. The Lord's going to bless me. Or if you want to go right, then I'll go left because it doesn't matter to me because the Lord's going to bless me. And really, when we get down to the baseline of it all, that's what we all want as followers of Jesus. We want to live a full life that is blessed by God. And I just wonder, what is there from Abraham's life that we can learn that help us also achieve the same level of calmness when making decisions? And I guess the first thing that we spoke about was that it's obedience to God that matters way more than the options that you choose. In other words, whether you go left or you go right, if you live a life that is obedient to God and you walk this way, you can still see God's hand of favor and blessing fall upon your life because it's not always about the option. Think of it like this. The option that Abraham gave to Lot was the better option. And Lot saw that there was one particular area towards the Jordan Valley in the east that was flowing with water. It looked like the garden of the Lord. And Lot looked at that and said, well, I'll take that piece of land. And Abraham, can you imagine the scene? Perhaps he's just stood on a dry, rocky mountainside with no green pastures to feed his herds and no flowing water for him to feed his entire family. Must have been thinking at a point, what decision have I made? But he wasn't at all, because he knew that what was way more important than making the right option, do I go left or do I go right, was living a life that was obedient to him. And I just want to encourage us all, that's the kind of life that I want us all to lead at Liverpool One Church. A life that focuses less on the options, A and B, right or left, and more on just living a life saying, God, I'm going to be obedient to you. What do you want to accomplish in my life today? How can I bring your name more glory today? How can I live a life that's honoring to you? Because as Abraham did that and lived a life obedient to God, God blessed him abundantly. So the starting question tonight is, what's it been like in the times and seasons where you've had options, that you've had to make a big shout on and a big decision? And how has it been for you, now you follow Christ, in making those decisions, knowing that God's hand is guiding you? Have you found it easier, or is there still something yet to be learned? Enjoy your night together. Thank you to your life groups. As always, I'm so grateful for you all. Love you. See you in church next Sunday. Bye.